This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, I'm Kim Holman from 8 Hands Healing, and I am teaching the Empaths and Healers course for empaths to learn how to let go of energy that they pick up so instinctually and without even trying from so many people. And we just get so full of information that we need tools to learn to let go. So in my 6-week course for Empaths and Healers, the first module, we're learning how to let go of that energy so that we don't get clogged. So joining me today is Arlene. She's one of the owners of Nature's Bling store in Bend, Oregon. And she is going to share with us how to use crystals to release energy. And Arlene is certified in crystal healing. So I'm just going to turn it over to Arlene, and her link to her store will be posted in the words below. So Arlene, yeah, I would love for you to share with us, how you would recommend people to release energy and how you use crystals to do that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kim. Thank you for inviting me to share my knowledge in this part of the class. So as empaths, we bring in, we just want to help people. That's our calling. And we need to set boundaries, and we need to be able to release any energy that does not belong to us. We need to acknowledge what energy is ours and what energy is theirs. And to help us do so, I personally use crystals. A lot of people come to crystals for, aesthetic purposes, scientific purposes. My purpose is for healing. As you know, we're all energy, nature, crystals, the human body, it's all energy. So it's really important to choose crystals that intuitively feel good to you. For the purposes of releasing any energy and receiving recycled, renewable energy into our bodies, I use black tourmaline. So this is a big piece of black tourmaline. Of course, it's pretty heavy, so you might not want to use, a big piece for meditating. So this is a smaller piece right here. And it is in its natural form. And what I love about black tourmaline, along with amethyst, they produce negative ions naturally. And negative is actually good. It's actually a good thing when we talk about ions, because when we have positive ions in our bodies, that's what causes stress, and that's when we manifest like illnesses. So it's really important to set those boundaries and to work with minerals that help do that. So this is universal. Your right hand is your sending hand, and your left hand is your receiving hand. So regardless if you're right-handed or left-handed, your right hand is still going to be your sending hand. So I hold the black tourmaline in my right hand, and then I use a piece of selenite. This selenite is in the gypsum family. And what I love about working with both of these crystals is the striations, the formation of the crystal. You can see it's parallel to each other. So if you envision, okay, sending out, same thing with this, the striations on the side, it's parallel to each other. Now we're receiving. So I hold these two simultaneously, the tourmaline in my right hand and then the selenite in my left hand. And I meditate with it, and I'm focusing on releasing any energy that does not serve my higher good. And I'm receiving white pure light that's been transmuted up from the roots all the way up to my crown or soul star chakra. So when we're doing a lot of energy work and helping others, we act as a conduit, we act as a vessel. So it's really important to do this before any sessions, or, even for ourselves, just to ground and show up authentically. And when we release all these energies that don't belong to us, we're becoming constructive instead of being reactive, where we can feel like everything's stirring up in our solar plexus. That's your body telling you that you have stuck energy that doesn't belong to you, and you need to ground yourself. So this is what I use for grounding. I prefer to use raw crystals because they haven't been manipulated besides being dug up. And it's really, really important to know where your crystals are sourced, because it's all energy. So if you're going out and with the intention that you're going to find stones that you're going to use to help others, you want to go in with a really, really clear mindset and intention to do so. But when you're using stones where, and that's where the term comes about, like ethically sourced, is if you're using, if the miners are using like child labor, for example, that energy is going to be stuck to the crystal. So it's really important, just like we're talking about clearing our own energy, but clearing the energy of the crystals as well.
I was just going to ask that. Can you clear if there is something that you have? How do you clear?
Yeah. So, well, Kim, like whenever crystals are purchased at the shop, we're always clearing them, always like, and you could clear with natural running water. So like if the river, lake, ocean is accessible, that's definitely a great way to clear your crystals.
Unless it's selenite, right?
Oh, no, selenite, that is, a myth, actually. Yeah, so selenite is very fibrous. It's just how I was saying that the striations like run parallels to each other. You can polish selenite. That's why you have like my athame is a carved like dagger.
Yes.
Made of selenite, but it can be put in water.
It can. I was told it disappears.
No, it actually can be put in water. The selenite, it actually forms from water.
Oh.
Yeah, if there is a documentary called Crystal Caves, and it's down in like near Chihuahua, Mexico, and they actually have to drain this entire dam so that they can get to the cave, and it's pillars of selenite. And selenite is actually used in our insulation. So if you are, wanting to know like how crystals are used in not only our technology or practices, or, I mean, it's you'll find clear quartz is used in radio stations to emit frequencies so that you don't have that interception of like the different frequencies. They have to be cut specifically to, at a certain frequency.
Okay.
So yeah, we can go on.
Yeah. So I really thought, and people have told me that they put their selenite in water to cleanse it, and maybe it was salt water or something, and they went and looked and it was completely gone.
Oh yeah, if it's I definitely would not. I mean, I've had, I wouldn't like leave it there for days or anything like that. But yeah. And that's a really good point, because, you don't want to put it in salt water. So forget what I said about like the ocean. Let's not put it in salt water. So you can also clear your crystals by using smoke. You can clear them by using sound. So, a bell, a singing bowl, any high frequency.
Okay.
And also by burying it. Now there are times where, like, when I have a full moon circles, we would, I have like a designated crystal where we're all kind of pouring into. And I take that crystal and I bury it, because all of that energy is renewable energy. So I'm burying it, allowing Mother Earth to take that energy and transmute it into positive energy.
And how long do you leave it buried?
I leave it buried, so probably for a week.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, I've dug it up, like, the earliest was 3 days.
Okay.
So
So in my first class, I'm teaching them about becoming a pass-through vessel, so that the energy comes in, we ask it questions and let it release. So you have a necklace on that was very fascinating to me. And would you tell us how you use that?
sure. Yeah, so this is my pendulum. And for those of you that don't know what a pendulum is, it's another tool like used for divination. It's definitely very different than like a Ouija board. I won't touch a Ouija board. But I ask, my pendulum questions like, should I get this piece of chocolate? Do I need it? Things like that. But I also use it to do my own chakra clearing. But the significance of, if just how I said, with the tourmaline and selenite, I actually use black tourmaline earrings because I talk to a lot of people throughout the day, and I want to protect my energy. I want to be empathetic to their needs, but I use the black tourmaline to keep myself grounded. And my pendulum, you can see the formation. It looks like a little portal. So it's basically letting in and letting it go. So that's what this signifies.
So you also include intention, so that as you talk to people in your shop, and I was in there not too long ago, and it was like, wow, you are such a wealth of information, which is why I asked you to be here and help educate my clients or students. But so your intention is that as you talk to people, anything that doesn't need to stay with you, that just passes through that. So really,
Yes.
intention, there's a lot about intention. Yes.
Yes, because you don't want to be, when I talk about creating boundaries, it's not, like a physical boundary, like, no, you can't come in. I want, to be empathetic, and I want to be, genuine and compassionate and be authentic to them. But of course, is your cup half full or is it half empty, kind of thing? Once our vessel gets filled up, especially when we're dealing with a lot of people, we need like this, we act as a vessel, but we need to still ground ourselves and pour that out so that we can be ready for the next person.
Yes. Wonderful. And
So I also, especially when you are helping other people to clear their energy, Reiki, for example, helping to move energy out. I like to use double terminated crystals. This is a labradorite. It's double terminated. Of course, this isn't how it naturally forms, but labradorite is also very protective, and it's the stone of transformation. But it has like a little bit of wax so that the tip doesn't get chipped. But this is a multifaceted clear quartz. And what you would do, you can see one side is tapered and one side is thicker. So as a practitioner, what you would want to do is you scoop, instead of using yourself as the vessel, you can use a crystal as a vessel. And you're scooping that energy, and you're imagining like this little dumpster over here, and you scoop it out and you pour it out. Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's another way that you can use this. If you are using it for meditation practices, how you would want to use, if you don't want to use 2 crystals in each hand, you can just use a double terminated crystal and put your hand over it like this, your right hand. And so you're sending out and then you're receiving. So I put it around my heart, like at my heart. And so that I'm sending out what doesn't serve me and I'm receiving white light.
Cool. And does it matter which hand goes on top?
I like to put my right hand on top.
Right hand on top. Okay.
Yeah, because it's sending out and then receiving.
Awesome.
So, yep, receiving.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Do you have any other questions?
I can't think of anything right now, but I do know that you are a wealth of information and only 2.5-hour drive from me. So, do you offer classes on how to use crystals?
I am actually in the process of putting a class together. There's so many things that comes with crystals. So, you know, like with learning about crystals, you have like the crystal formation, the crystalline, like the structure, the crystal habits, and like quartz is very interlaced. That's why they call it your amplifier. But it's interlaced in a way that it goes upwards. That's why you'll see like a phantom formation. And the phantom is like the residual growth of the crystal. So I want to teach a class that goes into, you know, talks about like the little crystalline structure and then go into the healing part, because once you learn about the crystal structure, you can understand, okay, that's what I need, because I need something that is quick. I need a quick fix. I need something amplified. Or if you want something calming, let's say for chakra balancing, I've had so many people ask me like, do I have chakra, you know, kits? And I do, but it's, you know, that's one of the first things that I worked with. And in the kits, amethyst was the stone that I was supposed to use for on my third eye. Well, one day I had a really bad headache and I put an amethyst on my forehead. And that's when I realized I will never use quartz if I'm not in the right, you know, space. If my body isn't feeling good, if I have a headache, if I'm just grieving, because it's really going to amplify those emotions.
Oh, wow.
So like lepidolite is really great to use. So I know I'm going off everywhere, but yeah, so, you know, just understanding how the formation of the crystal will really, really help you to decide what you need to use for your body.
That's awesome.
So, but you can always reach out to me. Kim said that she's going to put the link to the website. And you can, reach out to me via email or on Instagram as well. I'm very active on Instagram, not very much on Facebook, but you can send me messages. I'm more than happy to answer all of your questions.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Arlene.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this.
Yes, yes, you're welcome. I am so excited to share this with my students, because I really want them to have as many tools as possible, because some tools they'll resonate with and others they won't. So I know this is a very big thing, and I've not learned a lot. So I'm interested in your classes as well to, you know, learn the basics and learn how to properly use them.
Thank you. Yes, I'll definitely let you know.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim.